Hello everyone and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on the Sony PlayStation 3. I am on Sheep yet again, and this is it folks. It is now time to start the beginning of the end. So when you get to this final rest area, when you do want to actually continue and accomplish the end of the game, what you want to do is actually go straight to this door and push the triangle button, and it'll start all these cutscenes off. And where does the final boss take place, you might wonder? Well, you'll be quite surprised to see where the first of the final boss battles takes place. His first form, anyway. Because this is a traditional RPG in that the final boss has multiple forms. And I love it. I love having multiple forms of fight. Just gives you... I don't know, it always just feels like, haha, I can go even stronger. I can go beyond. And you'll initiate like Super Saiyan 3 transformation from Dragon Ball, which lasted way too long for its own good back in the day. But hey, look at that, folks. We're back.
Is this my island?
We're back on Destiny Island. Huh. Let's go check out some of the areas around here. Now, as you can see, some parts of the island have faded away, and there's a reason for that, which we're going to see in just a few minutes. So let's just head on up and go to the secret place.
This world has been connected.
What was that?
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed. There is so very much to learn. You understand so little. A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
I stated this back in the day. Well, way back in... At least I think I stated this back in the first episode. Schools, man. Schools. You go to school to learn. Then you go to school, you learn to understand, so you can understand what the... Hey, isn't that Riku? Alright, let's head on over to the dark and happy, cheerful lad down here, shall we?
Take a look at this tiny place. To the heart-seeking freedom, this island is a prison, surrounded by water. And so this boy sought out to escape from his prison. He sought a way to cross over into other worlds, and he opened his heart to darkness.
Riku!
Don't bother. Your voice can no longer reach him where he is. His heart belongs again to darkness. All worlds begin in darkness, and all so end. The heart is no different. Darkness sprouts within it. It grows, consumes it. Such is its nature. In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came. You see, darkness is the heart's true essence.
That's not true! The heart may be weak, and sometimes it may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out.
So you have come this far, and still you understand nothing. Every light must fade. Every heart return to darkness.
Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Time to begin the final stretch of bosses. So Ansem by here has his Guardian thing on his back, and this Guardian thing will shoot out Sonic Boom laser discs at you. When he does this, you can block and deflect them back at him, and to hurt him, you simply run up to good old Ansem and boop him in his front. If you do enough damage to Ansem, however, the Guardian on his back will pop out in front of him, stopping you from being able to damage him for a short period of time. However, if you can angle yourself correctly, you can still hit Ansem, so it's no big deal. Ragnarok is an amazing move to use in this boss fight because it has such a good range, and you can also get a nice little whack with your Keyblade before shooting out the laser pellets, so it can do quite a bit of damage off his health. The Guardian move is more of a time waster than anything though, I will be perfectly honest. But all I can really say about this first phase of the boss fight, he is very, very simple. Occasionally as well, the Guardian will also do a fire attack, which is literally just a dark fire blast. It'll swipe the floor with a fireball sort of thing, and sweep you. And one thing I should say, this boss fight is really easy, but you will take a lot of damage if you get hit. Now when his health bar gets around to the halfway point, he's going to start doing a move called Submit, which means he's going to basically use his Guardian to try and take over your body. So basically listen to the audio cue that he says, where, yeah, like that, Submit. And what you want to do is dodge roll out of the way before the Guardian hits you. If the Guardian hits you, then the Guardian will slowly drain your health down to a minuscule amount. And when your health obviously hits 0, you die. Like, by here, he hit me by here. So your health will slowly get drained down, and you can see the command deck at the bottom left of the screen. When it says freeze, if you push the X button there, you will freeze in place. And if you press attack, well, obviously you'll attack. So you have to really decide a good time to push the X button. And if you get too close to Ansem when you're being attacked by his beautiful Guardian here, he will also do like a force field attack, which is a lot more damaging than it looks. Do not underestimate this thing. Like I said, this is the easiest of the Ansem boss fights, but if you don't know what you're doing, chances are you're gonna get hurt a lot. I also believe Donald and Goofy can get hit by Submit, but I don't actually think they get possessed by the Guardians, so you don't really have to worry about them. In fact, Ansem just goes all out for you, I think, for the most part, so Donald and Goofy are literally there. Oh yeah, you can get... Okay, Goofy just got attacked by the Guardian. Okay, so they can get possessed. Doesn't really matter if they do, though, however. Right, time to head on to Phase 2. Well, wow. This island must have been a bit of a rip-off for it to get ripped in half. I'm so sorry. But anyway, this right here is your very last chance to equip items and equip techniques and all this good stuff. So, just before you start moving forward, press the start button and equip everything you think you may need. Now, I don't think I really equip anything new into my deck here, so there's no real... So I don't really do much, although I'm very tempted by the Trinity limit. I have to say, because the Trinity limit is, it's a limit break, like Ragnarok and all those good moves. But the difference is, it's like a screen nuke. It's not exactly too useful against the final bosses, because you need Donald and Goofy in your party to use it. And it does do a decent damage against bosses, but against normal enemies, that's where Trinity limit sort of becomes godlike. Unfortunately for me, I get Trinity limit this late in the game, so it's kind of pointless having it. Also, be sure to equip a lot of potions and items to your inventory so you can actually heal up your MP and whatnot whenever you need so. Right, it's time to move on, and... Oh, of course, Sora's doing his solo. What a surprise. Ah, you again? I did say way back at the beginning of the playthrough we'll be seeing this guy again, didn't I? At least I think I did. I don't know, it's been over a year since I recorded that. But anyway, Darkseid by here, he fights exactly like he did beforehand. You know, same tactics apply. Hit his head, get more damage, get more experience. Hit his wrist for normal damage, and he'll summon up shadows. He's literally just a faster version of the normal boss fight. So I just decided, screw it, I'm skipping the entire thing, because you guys don't need to see Darkseid again. Anyway, now it's time for the proper, as you can tell by the dramatic music, the proper boss fight against Ansem. Ansem version 2 now has a dash attack, where if you're good with your blocking, you can actually block the dash attack and leave him open to wail on him. He also has this new shockwave attack where he's going to spread his arms across the floor and basically just roll out the way of it. It's easy enough to dodge. But honestly, his attacks are really telegraphed, so you shouldn't have any problem dodging any of them. Like, for the most part, his attacks range from the moves that he used in the previous fight, like submits there, which is a lot more annoying when you don't have Donald and Goofy backing you up, I'll tell you that much. And the new dash attacks. Now, when he does use submit, it's a lot more obvious that he's going to do it, because he'll just sort of slide straight towards you at an incredibly fast pace, which as soon as you see that, you just roll. That's all you need to do, and he's going to go down fine and dandy. So yeah, come on my dark fellow, use your dash attack. Which is basically what I'm mainly waiting for him to do when also this boss fight. Most of this boss fight is me waiting around just sort of trying to judge what he's about to do next. Because I wanna get a drop on good old Ansem here. I believe Ansem in this game is also voiced by Billy Zane. I could be wrong. I'm not actually sure about his voice actor, but he does an amazing job. I love the Ansem voice actor. And honestly, as a villain, I actually quite like Ansem, considering the fact he's stereotypical bad guy 101. I'll destroy everything because everything's meant to be destroyed. I don't know. Anyway, this is his last-ditch effort attack. When he goes into his glowing super form, what he's going to do is basically use his guardian to shoot up shockwaves from across the floor. Basically move in a counterclockwise pattern to avoid all his attacks, and be sure to keep dodge rolling. At the very end of the attack, he's going to shoot out a massive shockwave, which does an insane amount of damage. Now, sometimes it can be quite difficult to dodge his dash attack whenever he gets you into a corner like that, because it's kind of hard to time it, I feel. But for the most part, Bob's your uncle. We should pretty much be done with the boss fight now. We've seen everything there is to it, and oh yeah, nice crossfade. There we go. Honestly, though, this series of bosses is pretty much a marathon sprint. These bosses take a long time, because as you can probably tell by the fact my part doesn't say finale, there's a part after this. So yeah, we don't even finish all the boss fights in this single part. And that is the most useless ability to learn at this point in the game, Treasure Magnet. Yay, I can grab items from miles away to me, even though I'm on the final boss, and that's kind of pointless. But that's beside the point. Ansem is down and out.
What?
Behold the endless abyss. Within it lies the heart of all worlds. Kingdom Hearts. Look as hard as you are able. You'll not find even the smallest glimmer of light. From those dark depths are all hearts born. Even yours. Darkness conquers all worlds!
I gotta ask, where the hell did he get a battleship? Actually, believe it or not, this battleship is Ansem, folks. And of course we lose Stone on Goofy again. Typical.
Giving up already? Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that.
Me. Me, Riku, I get possessed by bad guys. Let's show that Riku's boss. By showing the final boss who's boss. Well, I guess he is a boss because that's actually the title of him, but I'm even more of a boss because I'm gonna own this boss. Try and wrap that around your heads. But anyway, Ansem by here, it becomes a lot more stupid in this boss fight, I should say. Now, Ansem by here, he's basically gonna sort of stay there. He's like this giant Final Fantasy villain, that's all he is. He just stays stuck to the ship, and all he does is sort of flail around going, I can't see anything. Actually, he doesn't even have any pupils in his eyes, so there we go, he's blind. Okay. So while we're dealing with Ansem by here, he's going to flail around. Sometimes, occasionally, he's going to summon up these dark bat enemies. They don't really do anything. I mean, the bat enemies, they still fly around and meander on. Like I said, most of his attacks are flailing, so just go up to him, try and hit him in the back if you can, because that's probably the safest place for you. And on occasion, he's going to shoot out laser beams. Now, these laser beams just fly to the left and right of him, and honestly, they're pathetic. Honestly, the laser beams are like the most useless point in this entire boss fight. Well, actually no, this entire first phase of this section of, of this form of Ansem is actually kind of bland. He doesn't do anything. Look at this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna flail this way, I suppose. But of course, after wailing on him quite a bit, I had to cut out, because honestly, this boss fight has... There's no tactics. You just hit him. You hit him and move. That's all there is. But with the first phase of him done by... Well, the first phase of his third phase done. That's right, it's a multi-tiered boss. You have multiple phases of this phase of the boss. My god, try and wrap that around your heads. But anyway, after his health bar goes to 0, he's going to go into his cocoon going, oh, I'm tired now, I'm going to have a nap. Leaving you to, well, have to rescue one of your pals, Donald and Goofy. So, let's head into this portal of darkness here and see who's there. Now, within these dark portals, there's nothing but dark heartless. They're pure heartless, where... I don't know if I mentioned before, there are two types of heartless in the series. There's purebred heartless and there's emblem heartless. Emblem heartlesses are actually man-made heartlesses, believe it or not. I believe they were created by good old Aunt Sam. I could be wrong. Or was it Xehanort? Either way, there's two types of heartlesses, and the pure heartlesses, which are the ones without the emblems, and they're actually the natural species of heartless, will appear in all these dark areas. As you can tell, they're a nightmare to find because all you see is it's like these yellow beady eyes when you're wandering around. Now, there are 3 of these portals in this boss fight in total. The first portal, obviously, is just a little blare. When you beat all the heartlesses in the area, his little... I don't know what it is. His kill me light appears, and just boop that and it'll explode dramatically. And you'll escape. It's the same pattern with all the dark portals up until the final one where you beat the final portal and that'll be it. Now, far by here, you want, as you can see, is a giant shield of darkness covering this main body, which means, what do we have to do? We need to go and take out all these turrets that are shooting laser beams at us. Laser beam! Now, these laser beams, they're not all that damaging. As you can see, they take off a very little amount of health, but because of the sheer amount of these things being shot at you, it's very easy to, well... Very easy to have your health peppered down just by sheer numbers. I have to say I hate this section of the boss because fighting these turrets, as you can see, is annoying. Because you try to hit the turret and it hits the ship, and the ship is pretty much indestructible for the most part. So your combo just gets stopped in its tracks, and I don't know, it just makes this part of the boss really tedious. I don't like it. But anyway, taking out all the turrets will cause this shield to turn into a second portal of darkness where we need to fly into manually. No cutscene this time. And we'll meet up with Goofy. Everyone's favorite Goofy Goof. I think that's his actual second name, Goofy Goof. I still don't understand Goofy, because Goofy's a dog. But yet, Pluto's a dog, and Goofy is apparently a lot more intelligent than Pluto, so maybe there's different species of dogs in this entire thing? I don't know. Anyway, from what you can clearly see, in this particular area, there's loads of dark balls just so flayed around doing their dark ball thing. Ragnarok dispatches them deliciously. And it's part of the reason why I love having Ragnarok. Because whenever his Screw Me light pops up, just wail on it. It usually takes like a good 3-hit combo and it's explosive. Of course, you always have to run towards the screen in a dramatic fashion whenever those things explode, because you know, cool guys don't look at explosions. It's just a matter of life. And there we go. The derp face itself is ready to be attacked. So is this giant derp face at the front of the ship that looks, I don't know why, I find this looking oddly phallic. I don't know if it's just me. But either way, the derp face at the front of the ship, just wail on it and it's going to shoot thunderblast attacks at you. As you can see, thunderbolts will surround its head. And occasionally it's going to start getting angry. When it gets angry, it's going to start charging up. And when it charges up, right now you can tell it's about to do attacks when he sort of squints his eyes. But when he charges up, he's going to do a roar. Now this roar is devastating. It will annihilate you. And if you stay close to its head too long, you're going to die. So play this part of the boss as a hit and run sort of thing. You whack him, move away, whack him more, then move away again. And hopefully Goofy lasts long enough to whittle his health down quite a little bit. Actually, he hasn't done his angry time attack yet. When is he doing that? There we go, this is the angry time attack. When his head nods up like in that sort of fashion. Well, say bye-bye to your health, because that's gonna hurt. Of course, it has a very short range, so You only need to move back like literally a few, well, not even a few feet, literally an inch or two in order to not get hit by that, because it only seems to really hurt you, I believe, when you're actually touching the head itself. So there we go. And with that, folks, that's not the end of this part, because we still got a bit more to do. So there we go, Dirtface is going, duh. And now we need to fly right into the belly of the beast. Fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I do have to say, though, I do like this boss fight. It is really climatic. And unfortunately, this final room of darkness here has invisibles. Yeah, you know, these guys. These pleasant guys that can go invisible and curse you. I hate these enemies at times, but I also love them. Now, to deal with these, just like the Dark Balls, flail in the air until they die. That's usually my tactic with this all these rooms. Just flail until they die. Although now Donald's back inside, I suppose you can use a someone like Simba to sort of try and even out the playing field. Or a good Ragnarok or two. That'll also dispatch these guys. Now, whenever these enemies do get hurt, whenever they die, they usually drop pretty good items like elixirs or MP balls where you can pick up and increase your MP. Elixirs are kind of useless to get right now because you can't really equip them, but the MP balls will help you so much. And with that, folks, that is the end of this part, so thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people, and when we return next time, we will finish Kingdom Hearts Final Mix off for good. So thanks for watching, I'll see you after. Bye!